Hello and welcome to another episode of Space Engineers. In the last episode, we designed out and got started on our runway, and I've made great progress. As you can see, what I've been doing is using the different combinations of the white line on one side and white line on both sides of the block in order to make some different patterns. So, like for example, here, this is the line on both sides, like a double line, then a single, and then we have a single on the opposite side, matching that up, then a single on the opposite side, double and double. So we can have these different patterns, and they can more resemble the markings on an actual runway, which I am very happy with. Essentially, like this block of doubles down here denotes the where the runway begins and ends, where these are like your targeting points, as far as I understand, of that's where you want to aim your glide slope towards. So that way you're hitting at a decent point along the runway. But yeah, I've only got a bit done. There is still more to go. Thankfully, this section down here is all laid out with the mirror of this in terms of where all the lines are and such. So all I have to do is build that up, and it will look the same, and then build out the entire middle here along with the center dashed line, and hope that I have it the proper distance in order for the dashed lines to all line up properly, or I'll have to move everything down by one or up by one. But anyway, this will be for the next stream, because this is going to be a lot of tedious work of I believe probably the best route for me is to build a build and repair directly on this, maybe even move a conveyor closer to the runway, and then put a build and repair directly on that, so we can just build the runway and let this thing just run. What we're going to do today is we are going to try to make this patrol boat float again, as I believe I can do it. There is a few issues with the patrol boat currently, mainly the fact that it sinks. We need to, first off, we need to completely strip out the entirety of this center. We need to get rid of basically everything in this boat, so that we have the empty space for us to have the buoyancy to have this thing float. Then, like it was before, it actually had those walls around the atmospheric thrusters, because air is leaking out through the thrusters. They are a leaky block. So we need to surround them in order for the hold to be sealed. And then we need to put in some bulkheads in between the different sections. So just some like some light armor panels or something like that across the ship, in order to have it have different sections. That way, if one part gets blown out, the entire ship doesn't immediately sink. But we first need to get back there. So we shall start driving, as that starts to right now we weld stuff. Alright, let's go. We got just enough room on this platform to park my construction rover. Bonk. And park. Very good. So, first things first, I am very thirsty. My character is running out of water, so we'll grab some of that. Whatever, just use some of these. Should I use some of the emergency rations? Yeah, we have tons of tofu. We can go with tofu. Excellent. And then hydrogen bottles. Which, what? Those need to be topped up, but none of these H2O2 gens. There we go. Are you guys even on? Oh, I guess those generators aren't even on. Well, the home base. It is right here. And I can get my H2O2 topped up. Da-da-da-da. Doink. Perfect. Alright, we're ready to build. Now, thankfully, this thing is still in dock. And we got it into dock before WaterMod 3.0 fully kicked in. Otherwise, this thing would be floating at the... would be sitting at the bottom of the ocean. We'd have to go down to recover it. The build and repairs on the Discovery here should cover it, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Build and repair for this grid. Those ones show their area. Yeah, they definitely cover the whole thing. Excellent. So we don't have to worry about having much stuff on us. We can just let the build and repairs do their work, and we can just grind out stuff that's in the way. So, first task is literally just to empty this whole thing. We do not need any of this stuff. And what I might do is I'm actually going to... I actually started drowning there for a second. I should go and grab the hex color for something random. Because I'm not sure if this boat has red on it. And I typically use red as my grind color. But I'm not sure if that's the right red, because I don't want to grind off the top of the boat. So, I don't think at the moment I'm using anything with green. Right? Or I can just throw it into pink. Yeah, let's just go hot pink. $320. Yeah. FF00AA. Perfect. Perfect hex code. Okay. So we'll use that. And then we'll go into the build and repairs for the boat here. And we will get to their grind color. Use grind color. No. I always pick the wrong freaking button. 320. Full value. Okay. Whenever I do this, man. Build and repairs for the boat. We're going to go with pick current color. There we go. And we are going to set those to well before grind. And now we can paint. And those should grind out for me. Right? Come on, build and repairs. Ah, there we go. There we go. Now she's functioning. And now I can strip this entire thing's interior by simply painting. Although I didn't want to paint that. I want to keep those lights there. Maybe I do. We shall see. And get rid of all of these tanks. And all of this conveyor system. Yeah, I'm going to have to replace some of this conveyoring. Unfortunately. Because you're going to have to find a way to load the front gun. But it's going to be a much simpler version of the conveyor system. Okay, I think I've mostly gotten the blocks out of here that I need to. We need to now assess what has to happen. We have... I can get rid of that block as well. And then a serious question of whether or not I even want to be able to get down here in the future as well. if I want to be able to access this under way through a doorway. Because I could just get rid of that doorway as well. So, basically what we need to do is there's a few holes here. Like there's a hole here, the hole here. This walkway obviously needs something over it, and it needs conveyoring to go forward and connect to these two cargos. And then they need to go forward to connect to this conveyor at the front, which is then operating the front turret. So those need to be connected. Other things we need to do is we need to add blocking around these thrusters here. So that could be easily done by, we just need to grab a little bit of steel plate. I think I can squeeze out through here. Yes, I can. Plate. Thankfully, there's tons of steel plate available. And we will turn our color back into just a normal gray. This front is probably best being blocked by solid light armor between them, because if I try to put in panels, it's just not going to function. So armor, panel, and that should seal those off, fixing their leaks. Very good. Now these guys here, I need, I wonder if passageways would be do the best, because it's calculating the block's volume as well. Oh god. Not quick load. F8. Oh baby, missiles coming in on the base. We are having repairs. It is a harpy trying to shoot us down. Although, thankfully, we've got lots of defenses here. You're hitting my most fortified location. I am okay with this. Yeah, I think passageways would probably be best here. Because it would probably passageway through windows. It would seal off both sides, and then I just need a light armor there, and there. And for these back here, we'll do light armor panels down and up like that to seal those off. So their gaps are done. This right here, this can easily just be changed with some of the new armor blocks. Can't it? Don't we have a wonderful armor block to do that with in the new stuff? No? Covers the entire area. I could also, just the fact that this slopes down, I can get rid of that slope down and just make this more of a solid block up here. Because it would also flow better into all the stuff going forward. Speaking of which, I want to rearrange this blast door. Ah! Yes, shoot down those missiles, thank you. If I can get rid of this blast door and replace it with a solid block, it won't have that gap in it, and therefore it won't have an issue. So if I put that there, and then actually before that's built up, I'm going to quickly paint this block pink, and then place this block there. And then I can just seal that up, I think. That's probably the best way to do this. Cut away all this stuff here. And go solid blocks There, there, and there. And then we can do one of the new transition blocks. To go from full block down to... wait, do we have one of those? Yeah, that exists. It's not one of the new transitions, but it does exist to go from full block down to half slope. It's somewhere in here. Yeah, that works. Good enough. There we go. It gives it a bit beefier of a look, and I'll have to clean this up a little bit. Like I could change these blocks out here for solid ones.
Inventory.
They don't need to be sloped anymore. And they build and repair will pick those up for me, which is nice. And of course this that tube there should get replaced with a full conveyor. That will be all nicely sealed.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
I wish there was a cooldown on that. Like, she would yell at you for inventory full, and then she wouldn't say anything again for like another 30 seconds or something. Because it's really annoying when she's constantly yelling at you for inventory full. Yeah, that little pipe needs to go. That needs to be changed out with a conveyor junction, probably, in order for that to function properly. We'll go for... or an armored pipe. One of the new ones. Yeah, reinforced conveyor pipe, because those are sealed. Bada boom. And bada boom. Excellent. So that gets rid of all those holes. I'm contemplating whether or not I want to get rid of this battery just to make my life really easy for conveyorage. Because for the conveyors. There they are. Approaching ground installation. Didn't I blow that installation up? Mr. Harpy? Also, you're pretty damn big, Mr. Harpy. I'd love to shoot you down. Soon, very soon. Let's see. For the conveyorage here, we can go... not T-junction. Just a normal turn. Like so, right? That's going to build up. And then we go straight through down to here with reinforced, because might as well. Getting rid of all this stuff that's in the way. Get rid of that, and getting rid of that. And off of the junction that needs to be here, we put the vent for venting out into this space in order to pressurize it. I think that's the best option. So we drop one battery because it's just simply in the way. It's not a nice thing to do, but unfortunately, it's in the way. Do the junction there, and then going this way, we'll do the reinforced tubes that will then be nicely sealed off, sealing this part off all the way along. And then this reinforced tube going straight out all the way to there. Nicely connecting everything up. And then we just need the passageways with a little bit of aluminum, which I need to go grab. Which I have, I've sealed myself in the bottom of the boat. Oh, shit. I can't get out. Let's see. What's on the other side of this wall? Can I get out through this wall? Yes. I can get out through this wall. And I can fix that up to to close it off in a minute here. Very good. Pause my stuff. Let's get some power here. I think that renovation's going pretty well so far. Let's get a little bit of suit electricity. And we should be good now. We'll grab some aluminum. And head on back downstairs. And get in these passageways. And now that should be, if I armor block off the sides here, it should be. And then we're gonna have this space be open for floaties. I think that's gonna be good, right? I just need to grab a vent, which just needs a steel plate. Which I should easily grab. Should be one right up here. The vent can be placed. Oh, it's kind of tight. I won't be able to go down the thing anymore on the side. Let's replace that with a junction so that we can move through that section and put the vent here. And then figure out where, maybe on the side, on the back somewhere, I need to put a door so I can get down into this ship when it's in dry dock. Or maybe on the bottom of the ship I should have a door. So you ever open the door, it's just like the sync button. And it's out of the way then. I actually like that. We'll put a door on the bottom of the ship. Just cuz. There we go. Beautiful. Now we can get in and out of the ship. And we should be able to do a half slope, half block here. Yep, that's what it needs. And then I'm pretty sure this... not sure if this is closed yet. You... find the leaks. Yep, okay, the door that's open, of course. What about now? No? Area is sealed. Okay, area is sealed. Excellent. Okay, that's great. So, as long as this door is closed and we can turn it off to lock it, that should pressurize down there. Now the question is, does it need a vent somewhere else that is above the surface? Do I need something in the cabin here or on the exterior, like back here? Like, I think maybe I take... oh, I'm not sure. I think it should be okay, right? Not sure it needs another vent. Well, we can always try. Worst case scenario, it sinks and I put a vent on it while it's sitting here sinking. So we shall switch locks and get into the boat. And we're floating. Would you look at that? The gold whale is floating again. It's a little bit low in the front. It's because it's pretty solid armor up there. It doesn't have a lot of flotation in that front section. But this boat is functional again with Watermod 3. Hell yes. And now we can experiment with Watermod by going and opening the door. We can literally go sliding door sink. We can turn that on, and we can open it, and we sink. And we close it, and we raise. That is so cool! I'll put that on my bar here. Where's that door? There it is. Open, closed. And boop. I'm sinking. Oh, we can totally, like, approach as a submarine now. Oh, yes! It's a submersible gold whale! And then it's closed, and we surface, and we start shooting like crazy. That works so well. Why does that work so well? God damn. Now all we need to do is we need a little bit more flotation here at the front. The problem is because this is just a solid block. There is no air in the center of any of these things, so it doesn't float enough. So we need to either weigh down the back of it so that it balances out, or prop up the front of it with something that floats. Or possibly expand the front and at least have a single column of blocks there at the front that is capable of floating. So if I spectate and fly in here, what are even in these blocks right here? This is a battery, then there's a light, and then it's sealed off with a glass. Okay. Oh, and there's a there's a hydro tank here that I didn't take out. Yes, I can take out that hydro tank. Who needs that thing? And then that would be a little bit of air sealed in this area that doesn't need to be have anything into it, and then we're good. So we just need to get back in range of the building repairs, and they will take care of this. But this thing will have no hydrogen after that is removed. But that is okay, because this thing is going to be running entirely on battery. And if I do add any fuel systems to this, it'll be gasoline in the future. Oh, there we go. It's grinding that off. Now, there's that solid conveyor there. I'm tempted to get rid of that solid conveyor, because then what I can do, we're going to sink here. That's expected, because we just opened up the hold. Because this isn't sealed on the bottom here. We can add armor. Oh god, we're drifting into the Discovery. Ah. Oh, Jesus. Okay, we surfaced right beside the Discovery. It's a little bit better. I mean, honestly, it could be worse. And this design, for a boat that wasn't designed for Water 3, this is not bad. It's something that I kind of want to try is I have the script I use for airplanes. I kind of want to try it on this boat. Let's cut out this interior wall. And let's plop down a G menu. There we go. A programmable. Clear off my bar. Plop down a programmable block. And wait for the Discovery to build that. And in the meantime, we can name it Program Autopilot. And that can get the auto arrow script. The reason why I'm going to do that is, or even just the automatic leveling script or something like that. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff is disabled, but that is okay. What I can do is that thing tries to maintain your altitude and heading. So we shall go into here, autopilot. We're going to have that on stop and nav, which we always do. And for here, we'll have it be run, no argument. So it just tries to maintain the current heading and altitude. So if I go forward and then like turn off my dampeners and then I press 6, what does it do? Oh, look at that. It flattens me out and it's holding this heading and holding... It's holding the heading and holding speed and holding me flat. Oh, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. And then I can go into the script here, the autopilot, edit, and there's certain autopilot limits of how much it can pitch and stuff like that. I don't want this to pitch at all. I want this to pitch 0 degrees. Well, it'll probably break if I do that, so let's give it 5 degrees. And I want it will only roll 5 degrees as well. So I don't want this to pitch or roll, I just want it to yaw. And I don't have to worry about the responsiveness and such. So then I can recompile that script and run the script. And now that thing is working. And what I should be able to do is the same way I do my other ones, minus the altitude and such. But if I go run heading -5 and heading +5, I can steer the ship like that. And then I can just have it be on a bearing. And then the ship will just stay on that bearing. That's awesome! Ah, I wonder if I can set those to 0, though. Matched pitch. Let's go 1 degree for both of these. Max roll 1 degree. Recompile, run. Oh yeah, it keeps me nice and flat. And then I can do that for my speed, which I have it in increments of 5. So I can go run speed SPD -5 and SPD +5. And then I can bottom out my speed. Then 1, 2, 3. That gives me 15 meters a second. And then 20 meters a second with another push. And then I can just turn around by pressing 4 a whole bunch. And the ship nicely turns while keeping me completely level. Even though the ship isn't completely balanced with Water Mod 3, it still functions perfectly because the script is trying to counteract with the gyros. So it is only 1 degree below. And then I can just turn it to nav, and the thing turns off. Or I can kick it back on again. The thing will kick back on to where it was. And if I want to, just turn down the speed to 0. And the ship will come to a stop eventually, especially if I have my dampeners on. And then it'll hold it flat in position. Oh, yes! DF Prakash, I found another use for your script that is awesome. And now, I can even do stuff like, if I put a remote control on this thing, I can say, go to that place, so I can have a waypoint on the other side of the ocean, and I can just tell my boat to go there. And it'll go there. That's awesome. And then I can kick it up and just say, yeah, just go 20 meters a second. Go. Get up to 20 meters and then hold 20 meters a second. And cruise exactly at that speed. On this bearing. Go exactly bearing 135 degrees at 20 meters a second and hold that. Which is going to be amazing if I ever want to have this thing as an escort plane. Well, not escort plane, but an escort ship. Because then I can put, like, the Discovery or whatever I build, and I can get into that. And I can set the gold whale here, skimming along at its path, and then I can set the same path in for the Discovery, and they can just be in a conga line together. Oh, that is absolutely awesome. So we have got our combat boat back up and running. And even better than before. So, the reason why I wanted to get a combat ship back up and running is the fact that I need to start thinking about getting back into combat. We have our base here, and we've set out where we're going to build a lot of our stuff. However, we can only get to a certain point within the resources we have here. We have pretty far-flung resource caches, like closest one being here with some copper. We have our titanium, which is over here. If it loads, there it is. We need to secure some more resource patches. Specifically, if we fly over here into the dark, past Cobalt, we need to make landfall over here in the desert. And let me just zoom so we can have some light to see this. Because we need to capture this gold field, and I think it's this lithium field. I think that's where the lithium is. Those are our next two major obstacles in this playthrough, is capturing those. So what I want to do is I want to get to this harbor here, this bay, possibly set up a miniature base on this little hilltop, like a fire base, something to protect the bay and to protect the local area, and then develop some sort of larger rover, Mastodon derivative kind of thing, and head on out to attack that various places in the desert here. So that is my next major goal of this series. And to do that, we're going to need this to be a temporary scout and defense of that area, so that when we are trying to set up defenses on the coast there, we can load this up with a bunch of stuff, possibly attach a raft to the back of it where we can have the construction rover on that, take it with us, and then get over there and have enough stuff to be able to put together a base. But yeah, this is awesome. This script works perfectly for boats, and that is cool. You just need to change a few settings on it. And also, oh my god, this makes it so easy to line up for your dock. You can have it hold a specific angle for you, and then you can just move your ass into position. But we managed to fix a boat and make it work with Water Mod 3. We'll probably need to go into it and change around a couple things. Like, don't want to break my dock as I line up to it. And unfortunately, I'm riding low. We'll have to wait for the tide to come back up. A couple things I'm worried about with this thing. Oh my god, my camera's fast. Is the fact that I don't have any like sections for this, so we're gonna have to go in and like possibly add in a door on the center sections, and then put some panels up here so that those sections are sealed off. So at least like if the front is breached, the back doesn't sink, kind of thing. Maybe put another panel wall. Like break this into thirds or fourths. We'll have to see. But success! We have gotten a boat retrofitted for Water Mod 3. Next episode, we're going to be continuing on with our planning to attack the desert. And on the next stream, which will be coming this weekend, we will be just building the runway for like 3 hours. And hopefully get it done. Oh, perfect. We're docked up. We shall go and turn off our script and dock. Perfection. I'll go get some water because I'm a thirsty boy. But that is going to be it for now. Thanks for thanks for watching. My brain is not functioning. Oh, I'm dying. There's water, but I want to grab some food as well. There we go. Thanks for watching. And good hunting out there, fellow space engineers.